CNN is under the impression that the NFL can run the country better than our own government. Listen to him speak on Jeff Zucker's 9 a.m. conference call. This is signed by Mike Ditka.
As I was reading through the comments, Jim Acosta talking to people in the crowd at the rally last night, and obviously seeing all those pictures of no social distancing and very few people with masks on, et cetera, and the contrast to the football game last night where lots of masks, people socially distanced, the whole plan in place to protect the fans, the players, the referees, the coaches, everybody. You know, Andy Reid wearing a face shield on the field. And the NFL, you know, it's an example of like if the NFL was running the government, then things would probably be in much better shape than they are.
Like other media enterprises, CNN doesn't think pedophilia allegations against the powerful elite are worth covering, and they explain this on their 9 a.m. Jeff Zucker call. Check this out.
The President of the United States has just retweeted a post accusing Joe Biden of being a pedophile to his 86 million followers, which is just beyond. You know, it also is just unacceptable that the President of the United States is trafficking in this and doing it.
The President of the United States is doing this. We talked about it yesterday with the pedophile thing. When the President puts this out on his Twitter feed to 70 million plus people, you know, it's viewed by millions of people, many of whom believe that it's real. It's insane that the President of the United States is doing this. And 2 days in a row now, one, Joe Biden's a pedophile, and two, Joe Biden is dancing and laughing to, you know, F the police. And it's just, you know, I mean, again, we have an issue because the more we show it or talk about it, we're actually giving it some air.
Each of these so-called scandals for Trump, each of these things, we should just once again be careful to say that this is the one that is going to undo him with his voters. We always think that, but we need to make sure we have a sense of what's going on out in the country and not just listen to Twitter. With regard to the filth that they're spreading with regard to child pornography and all of that, I do not believe that we should be covering those allegations, even if they're out there on Newsmax.
Here we have President of CNN, Jeff Zucker, describing how to cover in the news Rudy Giuliani and his legal team, describing this on the 9 a.m. editorial conference call. Play the tape.
There is a term for what Rudy Giuliani is suspected of being, which is useful idiot. And then on the Rudy Giuliani story, this is a really important story. It gets tied to the Hunter Biden email disinformation campaign. That's the way we do this because it's all tied and part and parcel of one. I know Washington is working on putting that all together. From America's mayor to useful idiot.
The real craziness is the client, not the lawyers.
Of course.
And I wonder if maybe we ought to be pointing that out at something rather specifically. This is, you know, this gets back to Mary Trump even. This is his pathology. We're back to a sociopath. I'm not saying we should use the word sociopath, as we say, but what others who have dealt with him, Mattis, all of them, coming away and saying this man is crazy. That's that's the real story in some way.
Right. Well, I think you raised a good point about not just pawning it off on the crazy legal team, but the client is the one who's directing that crazy legal team.
Damn right.